My name is Dr. Thomas Avery. I am 61 years old. For 34 years, I have been a cardiothoracic surgeon. I have operated on hearts. Literally, I have held beating human hearts in my hands and repaired them and restarted them and given them back to the people they belong to. I have saved a lot of lives. I could not save hers. I need you to sit with that for a moment because I have been sitting with it for 2 years and I am still learning what it weighs. I am a man who was trained to fight death, who spent 3 decades in operating rooms at 2 in the morning, stitching and cutting and reading monitors and making decisions in seconds that determined whether someone went home to their family or didn't. I am a man who chose this life because I believed, truly, is completely believed, that knowledge and skill and precision could hold the worst things at bay. And then my wife got sick. And I learned, in the most brutal way a person can learn something, that there are rooms in this world that all the training in the world cannot enter. Before I sing, before I offer the one thing I have left that feels like it might be able to say what I cannot say in any other way, if you have ever stood at the edge of your own helplessness and looked down and understood, truly understood, that love is bigger than anything you can do about it, please subscribe to this channel right now. Do it for every doctor and nurse and caregiver who holds other people together for a living and then comes home and has to fall apart in private. Do it for the healers who also bleed. You would help me so much. Her name was Caroline. She was 58 years old when she died. She had been my wife for 31 years. She was a kindergarten teacher. I want you to understand the specific poetry of that. A woman who spent her days with 5-year-olds, teaching them how to hold a pencil and share and be kind in the world's smallest and most essential ways. Married to a man who spent his days in a sterile room doing something she called magnificent, and that I always called just my job. She was the one who understood that what I did was magnificent. I was the one who had forgotten. We met in college. I was pre-med, which in those days meant I was barely present even when I was in the room. Always studying, always preparing for the next thing, always living slightly in the future rather than the moment I was actually in. Caroline was an education major. She was patient in a way I had never encountered before, the kind of patience that is not passive but active, that chooses every single day to see the good in the thing in front of it. She applied that patience to her students. She applied it to me. God help her, for 31 years she applied it to me. She used to joke that she had married a man who was never really there. I would be at the dinner table and my pager would go off and I would be out the door before the chair finished scraping. I missed school plays. I missed anniversaries. I missed ordinary Tuesday evenings that I did not know, until they were gone, were the most important evenings of my life. She never complained. She kept the house and raised our 2 sons and showed up to every school event and every soccer game and every ordinary Tuesday with a fullness I was too busy to match. I kept telling myself there would be time, after the residency, after the fellowship, after I made chief, after the hospital expansion, after. Doctors are very good at deferring. We spend our whole careers telling patients that if they change now, if they act now, they can have more time. And then we go home and we squander our own. The diagnosis came 2 years and 4 months ago: pancreatic cancer, stage 4. If you know medicine, you know what those 2 words together mean. If you don't know medicine, I will tell you simply, they mean that the time for after is over. They mean now, only now. I want to tell you what it's like to be a surgeon and receive that diagnosis about someone you love. People assume it must be easier, that the knowledge helps, that understanding the biology softens the blow. It does not. If anything, it is worse, because you understand exactly what is happening inside her body. You can see it in your mind with a precision that a layperson is spared. You know the timeline. You know the odds. You know that the numbers are not in your favor, and you know exactly what not being in your favor looks like at the cellular level. And you know that you cannot operate on your own wife. You know that you cannot scrub in and fix this the way you fix everything else. You are the most powerful and the most helpless you have ever been at the exact same moment. And those 2 things together are a weight I do not have clinical language for. I called the best oncologists I knew. I called colleagues in 3 countries. I reviewed her scans myself at midnight, alone in my office, going over them again and again, as if looking hard enough could change what they showed. I researched every trial, every protocol, every experimental approach. I was relentless in the way I am always relentless, because relentlessness is the only tool I have ever trusted. Caroline watched me do all of this, and one evening, about 3 weeks after the diagnosis, she came into my office. I was at my desk, surrounded by printouts and medical journals, and she sat across from me, and she waited until I looked up. And when I did, she said very quietly, "Thomas, come to bed." That was it. Come to bed. And something in me understood that she was not just talking about that night. She was saying, "Stop fighting and come be with me. Stop being a doctor and come be my husband. Stop trying to save me and just be here while I'm still here to be with." I closed my laptop. I turned off the light. I came to bed. For the next 14 months, I was her husband. Just her husband. I drove her to every appointment. I sat with her through every treatment. I held her hand when the treatment stopped working, and we had to make different decisions. I learned for the first time in 31 years of marriage what it meant to be fully present, to not be planning the next thing or deferred to the next stage, to be entirely, completely, uselessly, and beautifully in the room. She passed on a Thursday morning in March, at home in our bedroom, with the window open because she had always loved the sound of birds in the morning. I was holding her hand. Our sons were there. The light was coming through the curtains at an angle that I keep seeing every single morning when I wake up for the rest of my life. I have not been back to the operating room. My colleagues say I will return when I am ready. I believe them. I have given my life to medicine, and I will give it again. But right now, right at this particular moment of my life, I am not Dr. Avery. I am Thomas, a man who loved a woman for 31 years and did not always show it, and then had 14 months to make up for it, and still came up impossibly short. I found a guitar in the back of our closet 3 weeks after she passed. It was mine, from college, before medical school swallowed everything. I had not touched it in over 30 years. I sat on the edge of our bed, and I put it in my lap, and I started to play. Very badly. My fingers had forgotten entirely, but they remembered enough. They found the chords the way old things find their way back, slowly, clumsily, with a kind of muscle memory that lives deeper than conscious recall. I started writing that same night. I wrote the way I used to operate, without stopping, without looking up, following the thing I was following until it was finished. I wrote about the dinner table and the pager, about the school plays I missed, about the Tuesday evenings I did not know were precious, about 14 months of learning to be present, about a Thursday morning in March with birds outside the window. I wrote about all the hearts I repaired that were not hers. My sons are in the audience tonight. They told me to come. They said their mother would have wanted this. They said she would have laughed at the idea of me on a stage and then cried all the way through it, which is the most Caroline thing I can imagine, and the reason I'm going to do my best to hold myself together tonight. I am a man who has spent his life in service of other people's survival. I know how to function under pressure. I know how to stay steady when everything around me is not. But I also know now that staying steady is not always the most important thing. Sometimes the most important thing is to stand in front of other people and say, "I lost someone, and it broke me, and I am still here, and I still believe that love, even love that ends, is the most life-saving thing there is." I have spent 34 years saving lives with my hands. If this is my only chance to save something with my voice, to say her name, to sing what I should have sung much sooner, to give her something I held back for too many ordinary Tuesdays, then I will sing with everything I have.
Una lección de vida y sobre todo de actitud.
Cuando quieras.
I spent my whole life learning how to hold the most fragile thing a person has inside. I kept my hands steady through the darkest hours, but I never learned to keep you by my side. The pager always rang at dinner time, and And I was always out the door before the chair. I told myself that saving lives was love enough. I told myself you knew that I was there. But love is not a thing you do in absences, and time is not a thing you get to bank. And all the after moments that I promised you were IOUs I let run out and never paid. Caroline, I was always almost there. Caroline, I made a life of almost there. Come to bed, you said one quiet evening. Come to bed and be my husband, not the man who saves the world. I called the best minds in every city. I stared at scans I could not change by staring. I researched through the nights the way I always do, as if the answer just required more preparing. And you came to the door of my office, surrounded by the papers and the light. And you said nothing but my name and come to bed. And I finally understood what I'd been missing all my life. Caroline, I was always almost there. Caroline, I made a life of almost there. Come to bed, you said one quiet evening. Come to bed and be my husband, not the man who saves the world. So I closed the laptop and I turned off the lights, and I learned in 14 months what I should have known in 31 years of life. I learned the sound of birds outside the window. I learned the way the morning light comes through. I learned that being present is a practice, and the only surgery that ever mattered was the one that opened me enough to see you. I held your hand on a Thursday in the springtime, with the window open and the curtains letting in the dawn. And every bird outside was singing something, and I kept on holding even after you were gone. Caroline, I was always almost there. Caroline, I spent a life of almost there. But in the end I came to bed beside you. I came to bed and learned to be your husband, not the man who saves the world. I have repaired so many broken hearts with these hands that could not fix the only one that mattered. I have brought so many people back from the edge, and I could not pull you back. And I am shattered, but I am still here with your guitar, still here in the bedroom with the curtain and the light, still still here talking to the birds in the morning, trying to remember how you sounded in the night. Caroline, I found the guitar in the closet, the one I had not touched since I chose this life. I played it badly, and I wrote until the morning, and every word I wrote was 31 years late. Forgive me for the dinners, forgive me for the Tuesdays, forgive me for the years I spent inside the almost. Forgive me, Caroline. But thank you for the patience, thank you for the 14 months you gave me. Thank you for the morning with the birds in the open window. Thank you for saying, come to bed. Come to bed, come to bed, come to bed. I finally came to bed, Caroline. I finally came to bed.
Si te gustó esta canción, por favor suscríbete al canal, me ayudarías muchísimo. Y en la descripción te dejo algunos productos para la salud que podrían ayudarte y apoyarían mucho al canal.